Well, hello. Today is Monday, January 27th, 2020. My name is Angela Hooper-Menifield, and this is your HR Moment with Menifield and Associates. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. If you're anything like me, and especially being that I'm such a sports fan, yesterday was definitely not a good day. Um, you know, I loved Kobe Bryant. He was a great athlete, a business person, a peer's father and husband. And I can tell you unequivocally that while people definitely, that I don't know pass away on a regular basis, there was definitely a like punch or jar when I got the text message from a friend that told me what happened. And so today, as everybody's processing, and of course, we, the regular people who did not really know him personally, some of us are trying to go back on with our lives. I'm noticing, some things on social media where people are angry because people are sad and upset. And I think it's kind of interesting. So I thought today would be a great day to kind of talk about how to deal with grief. And I actually did not change that on my thing. So, how to deal with grief in the workplace is what we're going to talk about. And I think that is important. A few years ago when I worked for the USDA, we actually had an employee who passed away, and he did so on his way to work in his car. And the staff was traumatized, right? Because, that's real. That's, it affects you every day. And so, but the way people grieve and how they deal with things of this nature is different per person. And so, as a supervisor and people in positions of leadership, I just want to remind you that we aren't to impart upon other people our feelings. Maybe we're able to bounce back, maybe we're able to compartmentalize a little better. But at the end of the day, how people deal with situations is an individual thing. There's no right or wrong. There's no judgment, right? But what we do ask, I think we should do as supervisors and leaders is give people the space that they need. More people I have found when you say take whatever time you need, they usually take a few minutes, they get themselves together. They take a day or so, they get themselves together because actually doing nothing sometimes is worse. So staying busy really helps. I can also say I remember very clearly when our grandson died. I probably should have taken more time off work, but I wanted to stay busy. And so I say that to say, but just because that's how I responded, I cannot put those emotions on other people. And so people deal with these kind of situations every day, right? Kobe is the big name on this incident from yesterday because he is who he is. He's Kobe Bryant. He's an icon internationally. But it doesn't negate the fact that, as people have mentioned, that there were 8 other people. But it also doesn't negate the fact that somebody else we know had a actual intimate loss in their life very recently. And as people in positions of leadership and supervision, I just think this is a great reminder to be careful, not to put our standard of how we deal with grief upon other people. We don't know people's journeys. We don't know what other things they've dealt with in their past. We don't know why this may affect them the way it does. There's no right or wrong. And so let's make sorrow and pain be a judgment-free place, in the workplace and in our lives on every day. And on social media, don't attack people or get upset with them because they are struggling or they want to express or deal with their feelings in a very public way. Again, I tend to be more private. I tend to not post very much. So even me posting yesterday, like, is this true? Was a stretch for me because that's not my MO, but I was just in shock. I needed to reach out to somebody. So again, people respond differently, but as a leader, as a supervisor, do not impart upon people. Give them space, give them time. If your organization has EAP, guess what? Make sure they know what resources are there for them so that they can get the help and the assistance that they need in order to address the pains that they're feeling. Because as the definition goes, grief is brokenheartedness. That's what it is. And people need a place to express that and a way to deal with it. And so give them the time, offer EAP, that's employee assistance programs or services if you have them. If not, see what they have available to them, see what's free. But ensure that we're paying attention to mental health, right? Because not sufficiently dealing with grief, no matter what it's attached to, can end up causing problems later down the road. So some of us are affected differently by different things. For everybody affected, and I do mean everybody, those I've never contacted, never like watched on TV, knew nothing about, it doesn't mean my heart is not equally sympathetic for them and their family and empathetic, right? So supervisors, managers, in today's HR moment, I just really want to encourage you to let people have a place to talk, express themselves, do what they need to do, but do not hold them against your standard. And if they are less or more inclined to do so publicly, that's okay too. Again, there is no right or wrong way to do so. Have an awesome day. Again, I wish everybody well. Don't hold grudges. Don't take things for granted. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.